Welcome to my channel, my cherished viewers. It's another day, and we always have to be grateful for it. Always try to be grateful and be thankful for what you have. Okay, so today I'm sharing with you five important key or five important things to consider before you get into marriage. So on this channel, we make sure that you are enlightened and inspired to make decisions that can affect your life positively in the near future. So let's get right into it. The first point I would like to talk about is love. Okay. Love, 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 love is very important in every aspect of a relationship. Okay. So these days, people marry for different reasons. Okay. People marry for different reasons. There is no love, there is nothing. So their relationship is based on something other than love. If your marriage is not based on love, but it's based on other things other than love, that is a big problem. Let love supersede everything. Okay. Can you love the person? Maybe you are loving the person because of what the person has and all those kind of stuff. If you are basing your love or your marriage on any other thing apart from love, that marriage cannot last, because whatever you are basing on before you love the person or before you get into marriage, how about if that thing is no more? This life is a mysterious life. You don't know what will happen the next day. So if your marriage is not based on love, you are going to have a bad marriage. You have to make sure that you are in love with your partner. It's key. It's very, very important. Nothing should come between love before you marry. Everything should be based on love. If you don't love the person and you think you are seeing something around the person, that is why you are going into the marriage, you are making a wrong decision. Because of the love that existed between the two of you, you can conquer everything that comes to you in the marriage. So always consider that you love each other before you get into marriage. Next one is income. So most people, some people will not consider it because of the love they have for the person, but some people will also consider it. Career goals. What are the person's career goals? Is it the same as what I'm expecting? Is it the same that I can cope with? Is it something that I can do with? So you have to consider the income of the person and the aspirations of the person. Is the person determined to, to achieve certain things in life? That is things that you have to consider, because you can't just, look at something, just one thing on from the person, or just one thing that the person has and say, oh, yeah, I like this person, so I want to get married to the person. Marriage is a long term thing. Okay. You can go in today and come out. If that is what you have to do, then you don't have to consider certain things before you get into it. But if you really want to go into marriage and do it for a long time, then there are certain things you have to consider. There are key things you have to note before you get into it. And the second, and that is income. One thing you have to consider is the income. Okay, so if you both sit down and you look at the income of each other and you think that, oh, your income is this, my income is that, can we come together and marry based off of our incomes? If you don't want to consider the income, that is fine. That is up to the two of you, because like I said earlier, you can consider it or you can leave it. So it depends on how you are going to do it. If your finances are good or it's not good for you to marry, it still depends on the two of you. You can have bad income and still marry. That is understanding between the two of you. So you really don't have to consider the income of both of you before you marry. But if you want to consider it, you can consider it. But some people will consider it, some people might not, because not every marriage has come as a result of good income earners. No, it has never been like that. So if the two of you doesn't want to consider your incomes, that is totally fine. Income is not really something that you have to depend on and say the income of this person is bad or the income of this person is good, so let's get together and marry. You can leave it and then still marry, and you can also get better as time goes on. So income is not really something that you should depend on before you marry. So the next key point that I would like you to consider before you get into marriage is the family background. It is very important. Okay, before you get into marriage, make sure you know the families involved. Okay, where I come from, before you marry a lady or a guy, you have to I mean, it shouldn't, it's not just where I come from. Basically, it should be a basic thing for you to look for. Okay, in spite of all the love, I think you also have to look into the family, because these things are really destroying marriages. Okay, you not knowing the family background, and you just for getting into to marry the person, and then later on finding certain things about the family doesn't help marriages. That is why before you marry, they have in some churches or in some religion, they have to counsel you before you get to marry. So through this counseling, there are a whole lot of things that gets into it, or that goes into it. And again, if the family is, what kind of religion is the family in? Okay, what kind of religion does the family belong to? Is it a traditional religion? Is it Christian religion? Is it Buddhist? Is it this? Whatever religion it is, you have to know, because if I get married to you and I didn't know your religion, and now we get married, and then, oh, things start popping up that this is my religion, I can't do this because my religion we don't do it. I can't do this because my religion we don't do it. Or I can do this, I can't do this. That is a problem. Okay, so before you get into the marriage, you have to know all these things, so in the middle of the marriage, nothing is going to pop up this way. So you say, okay, let me get a divorce because I didn't know all these things. Maybe you have invested a lot of money, a lot of your life into it, and now you want to get out. So you have wasted your time, and you've wasted the time of the other partner. So before you get into the marriage, make sure you look into both families, and see what you don't like there and what you like there. And if you think you can come together as husband and wife, then you go ahead and do it. A lot of divorce these days, because of what I'm talking about. Okay, there's a lot of divorce in this world, not only in this country. There's a lot of divorce everywhere in the world because of this little things. Okay, some went in and they didn't know some certain things about the lady or the guy, and now it is popping up, and all this kind of stuff. So make sure you look into the family before you get yourself into it. Now the next one is the hobby. Is key. You have to consider the hobby of your partner before you get married. So you have to make sure you know the hobby of your husband or your wife or your partner before you get married. Uh, my hobby is shopping. Okay, I like shopping. So now we are married and I'm going for shopping, and you are telling me I shouldn't go for shopping. I told you that that is my hobby. So now that we are married, if I'm going for shopping, it wouldn't be something that would be new to you, because I told you and I revealed it to you before we got married. So these are very, very important things that you have to consider before you get yourself into marriage. The last one I would like to talk about is temperament. Okay, temperament. Temperament is one of the key things to consider before you get into a relationship or before you get into marriage. Okay, so if the person is quiet, or the person is loud, or the person is calm, or the person is optimistic or pessimistic, you have to know these things. Okay, is the person a responsible person? Is the person able to take care of himself? So all these things come in the temperament. Okay, can this person be a marriage material? Can this person take care of my home? Okay, these are temperaments, because if you don't know who the person is, or if you haven't studied the person's temperament, or if you don't know the person's temperament, you are going to marry somebody you don't know. There has been a lot of instances where people marry, and then some behaviors and attitude and personalities start popping up. Why? Because they did not know the temperament of their partner. It is very important to know where or what your partner's temperament is. Okay, so we have the sanguine, we have the choleric, we have the phlegmatic, and we have the melancholic. So all these are temperaments that you have to study, or you have to know about your partner, so you will know what actions, and whether your partner is extrovert or introvert, or he's a quick tempered person, or how does he handle emotions and stuff like that. All these are temperament. So you have to know the temperament of your partner, so whatever is going on around him or around her, you already know him or you already know her. So it won't be something that is like you are just falling into it. You already know it. So if it is happening, it's not new to you. So it's key for you to know what temperament your partner is. So later on, or in my next video, I'm going to talk about this temperament and how you can relate it to your marriage, or how you can get the best out of it if you are trying to choose a partner. Okay, if you are trying to choose a partner, if you want to consider this temperament, I'm going to, in my next video, I will make a video about the different temperaments, and how each temperament can go with each one, because some temperament cannot marry some temperament. You can combine the two. It has to be, you have to know the temperament, and you have to know which one that you have to go with, because some temperament doesn't go with each other. When you put them together, there's going to be fire in the house. Okay, there's going to be fire in the house, because you can't put two quick tempered people in the same house. There's going to be fire. So this temperament, we have, it comes with water, fire, earth, and all those kind of stuff. So in my next video, I'm going to talk about the different temperament, and you will learn something. So again, if you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, like, share this video, so your brother, your sister, your son, or your daughter will make a good decision before they get themselves into marriage, because marriage is not something that you can just step in and say you are going to step out. It's a vow you are taking. So before you take those vows, make sure you consider these things before you get into it. There are more, but these are the key ones. Okay, these are the key ones that you have to consider. So don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and change a life with this video, because this video can make a big difference in someone who has not got married yet's life. Okay, someone who has not got married yet, this video can make a big change in their life. So make sure you share it, make sure you like it, and let's keep watching Sam's TV, because I have the best for you. Keep watching Sam's TV. I'll see you in my next video. Things you have to consider before you get married, and the first one is love. Make sure you guys love each other before you get into it. Okay, and the second one that I talked about is the income of the person. You have to consider the income of the person. Like I said earlier, you can consider it or you can leave it, because it is not something really so important. But for some people, the income of their partner is very important for them. But some people also, they don't really consider, they don't really care about the income of their partner. So if that is not something you want to look at, you can overlook it. And the third one that I talked about is the family. Okay, the family background. You have to know whether the family is a religious family. What kind of family is it? Is it traditional family? Is it Islamic? Is it Muslim family? What kind of family are you marrying from? You have to know, and know what they do and what they do not do. That is key in your marriage, or that is key before you should marry. Look into all those things before you can get into marriage. Okay, and the third one, the fourth one I talked about is hobby. Okay, so hobby, know what your husband like, what your woman like. And the last one I talked about is temperament. Okay, whether your husband is a marriage material, the behavior, how he responds to emotions. Thank you for watching this channel. Once again, share this video to make a change, and you can save somebody's life before they get themselves into marriage. So thank you once again for watching my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.